Good evening, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and everyone in between. I am the captain upon the Fervent Drift, and tonight's joined by 3 players, soon to be 4, as they continue trying to work out this very overthought puzzle. Before we jump into it though, would anyone care to regale us a tale of events past gone? I will pick on you. Go on, Ben. You can do it tonight.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Psst.
It's in the chat, Ben. Read the chat.
There's a session recap, a session handout in story notes.
Sorry, remember, I just called on my phone, but the thing's on my laptop.
And whilst you get that, I need to fix up this.
Where is it?
Story notes.
Oh, you're wrong. Wait, that's not shit.
Oh, who was Flout again? Flout.
Flout was my sword.
Oh, Flout is a sword, correct.
Session
Thank
6,
you.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. The session began with a party reflecting on their previous ambush by the Sarangreen and a fish ally, which resulted in Luna nearly dying and Liliana falling. An owlbear emerged, taking Liliana's body and forcing the Terrorwing to retreat. The group managed to recover Liliana's body and performed a ritual to prevent her from rising as an undead. After resting, the party mourned Liliana, with Genevieve offering a farewell and set up a safe camp with watchers assigned to Genevieve and Spinal. Lunavar created a shrine and meditated on ley lines, receiving a message about magic balance. He recited a prayer, passing, and gifted wolf claws to Genevieve and Spinal. The arrival of Lady Rondi Erickson from Ordine marks a new development, followed by a warning from a concealed violet-haired humanoid who crossed Liliana's trinket, angering Genevieve. The party reaffirmed their commitment to oppose the Red Dragon crew and continued towards Toronto. As they scouted ahead, Spinal noticed an unusual emptiness on the road, leading to the discovery of a hidden door marked with Niska sigils. The door opened to a dark trapped passage where Lady Rondi healed the injured after the trap was triggered. The party faced trials involving skeletons and mausoleum, with Genevieve ultimately destroying 2 skeletons and summoning spirits at distance. The session concluded with party exploring further into the caves, discovering a room with strange powers and another puzzle. Flout, a gnome associated with a great sword, revealed important lore about Endor and Eldrun, while the party discussed their next steps in deciphering the mysteries of the room and the potential significance of the numbered shelves and a strange script they encountered during their exploration.
Would you like me to, or anyone want to add anything in?
Oh, I was going back to school, right? No joke. I was reading. I was like following with my fingers so I didn't miss lines and everything. I do not do a lot of reading.
That's alright, no worries. Teach you to take your own notes.
Well, yeah.
So yes, as we left off, you guys had discovered this hidden room within the dungeons. And within this room there was desk and books and scrawlings written in an unusual ancient script. There seemed to be no real way out of this room that you can see, as it is embedded in rock on all four sides. However, there is the 4 pieces of paper that are each numbered and were stuck to the sides of the bookcases that were located next to some little lamps.
Can I hold one of the pieces of paper up to the lamp to see if there's anything on it?
Yes, there are numbers on it. As
I mean, like,
as
hidden.
No, there's nothing hidden on it.
Okay.
As it indicated on the map, you have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are the lamps aflame, or could they set something on fire?
I mean, that is paper. It's likely flammable.
And does this, if I draw a line from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, does that sign mean anything to anybody?
No. As I say, these 4 bookcases are located next to 4 torches. Each bookcase has been numbered 1 to 4.
Can I investigate the bookcase?
Sure. Make me an investigation check. On a 16, there is very little unusual about this bookcase. It has a few books, again, all written in this ancient script. However, again, I must help you to note the 4 torches on the walls.
Genevieve, see if you can pull your torch because you're number 1. Like a lever type gist.
I'll pull on torch number 1.
As you go to pull on the torch, it is firmly attached to the wall.
Bollocks.
Can I read what number 1, the piece of paper that number 1 says?
Yes, it says number 1.
There's nothing underneath the piece of paper, there's nothing over that.
No.
Can I push the bookshelf?
You can push the bookshelf.
Like push or pull it to see if there's a hidden door behind it or anything like that?
There's no hidden doors behind it.
Can I check if one of the books is a secret, like, thing?
There are 4 lit lamps in the room adjacent to the bookcases that are numbered 1 to 4.
Make blow out your lamp.
Maybe what we do is we burn each of the piece of paper in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the corresponding lamp flame. We try that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So each of you, 1 by 1, burns the piece of paper. You now have no pieces of paper with any numbers on them.
Don't tells me there's pieces of paper important, but I don't think they are. But I don't know.
Should we try the idea Ben said? Should we put them out 1 by 1? So I'll start with 1.
Then I'll do
and
2.
then 2.
and so forth. Has anyone got anything to relight the lights just in case this is completely pointless? Because Cap's
Yes, we have.
smirking, so I know he's thinking something.
Hold on, so we're in this room. There's
Yes.
4 bookshelves. All of them have got books on them.
Yes.
And he's very
And
fond of
the
the
name
light.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, spin off.
And Cap is very like torches. They're very important, I feel. Or they're not, and he's winding us up.
Have I really
We're
got
probably
that much-
massively overthinking it.
Have I really got that much of a reputation?
Well, I've never done this before with you, but I've heard things.
Meg, what have you been telling them?
Nothing. It's just your riddles get me every time.
I sit in a flat and she gets angry at you.
So, are you putting them out?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'll put mine up first.
Then I'll do mine.
So,
Dark Needles.
as each of you put out your lamps in the order described on the piece of the paper,
It's now dark.
a dark blue ring appears in the middle of the room.
Oh.
What did we do to have to get that?
Turn the light off.
Turn the lights off in order.
Ah, okay.
Not just a hedgehog, I have good ideas too. Lunavar, I think you should touch it. See what it is. You're mystical.
Can I do an Arcana check first?
You can. On a 12, you're not completely absent to the arcane. But what this... Also, you would know that all magic in the world is fueled by the ley lines. It is manipulation of the energy that the ley lines give rather than manipulation of the ley lines themselves. This dark ring gives you a slight tremor down the center of your back. Because this arcanic ring has been formed from the ley lines themselves.
Hmm. Well, I'll pass that. I'll explain that to the group. Does it feel like we can do? Is it some kind of transportation ring, or do I know anything that it can be used for, or no?
At the moment, it's not completely obvious. However, you don't believe it to be of any great harm to you.
Yeah, I'll put my palm on it. Is it actually on the floor?
It is on the floor, yes. I was trying to see if I had a something I could drop on there, but welcome in, Ichigo.
So yeah, I will close my eyes, concentrate on the ley lines, and rest my palm on it.
As
I
you...
suppose we're stood on it anyway, right?
Sorry?
I suppose we're stood on it anyway and touching it, are we?
Yes. Well, I imagine you're at the edges of it. It's not quite that big, but...
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
There you go. That'll do.
So I will kneel down and I will touch it on its... Yeah, I'll put my palm on it and try and concentrate on the ley lines and what it can do.
As you place your hand on this ring, a almost translucent illusionary wall starts to rise up from it, and it's almost like it is pushing energy upwards into the air.
Like in a circular fashion.
Yeah, so the whole ring kind of has
That's
this
it.
almost reverse waterfall effect of energy coming out of it.
And how high does it go?
Oh, it's touching the ceiling easily.
By the way, does this look like the ring that we saw earlier? Because didn't we...
So
we-
what you saw earlier was basically looked like a hole in the floor.
Right.
And the ring around it was much larger.
Okay. And do I, with touching it, get any more idea about what this could be or what it could be used for? Or it's just...
Make me a perception check. Nice. As this almost waterfall of energy is coming up from the floor, you start to notice that you are looking at writing that seems to be written backwards, almost. The symbols within this are resembling that of the ancient script.
Does it look like if I stepped in it and looked from the other way, I'd be able to read it?
It looks like the lettering would make more sense. Yes.
So I'll look at Genevieve and the other two and say, well, I'll ask them if they think I should enter it.
I think that's up to you. It depends if you want to risk it or not. You don't really know what it actually is. It may look like water, but it may not be water.
He kind of sighs and then grins, and then he'll step in and stand up in the middle of it.
Sure. Dark mute, just in case you went away, you are muted, my friend. So as you step into this circle, Lunova, a surge of energy fills your body. And it's almost like somebody talking to you, whispering in your ear. It's rather uncomfortable for a moment, but quickly fades with the ring and this illusionary wall. As you learn the spell, comprehend ancient languages.
Ooh.
A slight modification on the original, but it now means that any scripts that comprehend languages cannot translate due to the age of the language, this spell will suffice. It cannot translate modern languages, it can only translate ancient script.
And do I remember Genevieve reading some books and she couldn't read it?
I'd imagine so.
Okay, I'll step out. And I will look at one of the books. I'll kind of ignore everybody for the moment. Not in a mean way, just, it's like, wow, what was that? And he'll just automatically open a book that's on the desk near Genevieve.
As you open the book, you are able to read and translate what is written. And what is written is unsettling for you, especially being a follower of the still. It describes a way in which the ley lines can be forced to an individual's will. It is an extensive, long, and complicated ritual, to say the least, taking up the majority of 2 to 3 volumes. But one of the key ingredients that is most concerning is the 5,000 soul requirement.
Yeah, so I'll kind of close the book and relay that to everybody. The good news being I have new powers. The bad news being somebody needs 5,000 souls for an evil type of ritual. What does a ritual do again? Can you explain that?
So as I explained before, the ley lines feed magic but cannot be controlled. This ritual is designed to be able to control and manipulate the ley lines themselves.
Okay. So I'll explain that to the four in the room. And I guess go ahead, Jenny.
You say so. From what you're describing and from what you're saying, this room was hidden, and hidden well for a reason. I'm glad we burned those pieces of paper so that no one knows how to understand what is being said.
Yeah. Do I identify the books that would need the 2 to 3 volumes that this would need to?
Yes, easily. They would have been put very neatly together.
So I'm going to give one to Genevieve.
She will take it.
want to spin off
Okay.
and keep on myself for now. Only because we've only just met Dark New, haven't we? Albeit we know she's a she's a goodie, but don't know that well.
What's the name of the book?
The book is simply titled An Experiment of the Ley Lines, Volume 1. A Proof of Concept, Volume 2. And The Final Ritual, Volume 3.
Which one have I got?
You've got a proof of concept. Genevieve has got book 1, and I'll have The Final Ritual.
So I've got
Cool.
volume 2, yeah?
On your 23 perception as well, Ludabar, I will say that just behind the desk, you notice there is a script that couldn't really see properly before, but carved into the back of the desk. And as you look at it, it simply reads, "A path back is a step through."
Is it, what language is that in?
That's in this ancient script.
Can I write ancient script?
You can write it as long as you can understand it through comprehend languages. All the time you have that, you can cast it and write it.
Well, I'll write that in my journal, both in my language, in Draconic, and also in the ancient language.
Okie dokies.
Okay, just, I don't know why. Feels right.
Cap, can you reassign Genevieve to me, please?
Yeah.
For some reason, when I've logged into Fantasy Grounds, she's not.
If I just clear the owner and then you just click on the character sheet. Are you with us, Lorenzo? You're currently muted. Oh, there we go.
On my way back home, so shouldn't
Okay.
be too long.
Okay, no worries. So,
Sorry, Cap. Just to reiterate, the book. What was the book called that I got? The Ley Lines, Volume 1, wasn't it?
An Experiment of the Ley Lines, Volume 1.
Oh,
Proof of Concept was Volume 2, and The Final Ritual is Volume 3.
cool. Thank you very much.
I'm going to say to the party that should anybody with the right power get these 3 books, that could mean they could control the ley lines and all the power with it. Do we know the significance of that?
You can make me a history check.
That was a question to the group as well, by the way.
Okay.
But I'll make a history check. Is anybody good at history, by the way?
Let me have a look.
Um, no,
I've got a +2 to my history.
yeah, so have
We all still got exhaustion, by the way.
you and
We
Yeah.
do, yeah.
yeah, I don't.
Can I give Genevieve guidance and advantage? Is that possible or no?
Yes, you can give her guidance and give her help for advantage if you're proficient with history.
Yeah.
Yep, then you can. Just as well.
Dirty
No,
20.
Dirty 20. So Genevieve, Niskar's scrawlings of history is obviously mostly about warfare and the different factions that existed throughout history. However, much like other deities, they do record the events of the Eldoran, and the Eldoran recorded them themselves as well. The ley lines themselves are powerful enough to feed a god. They will essentially turn a mortal from mortal to godhood. But should a mortal acquire such consumption of the ley lines, they risk an explosion of which would be unfathomable to the people of this world. For us in the real world, it would be like 4 Hiroshima bombs going off at the same time.
Jesus. Okay.
If an individual has this build-up of ley line energy in their system, they can try to cross over to the celestial realm, in where Jalido will judge them and give them a dominion to rule over.
Okay. I will relay this back to everyone.
Hmm. So who was this room? Who owned this room again? We had that, didn't we? It
Yes,
was
Endor.
Engel. That's right.
Endor. Endor.
Endor. Right, and he's now the guy that's. What was Endor again?
Endor is now imprisoned. Flout.
By yes, he was imprisoned by the. Is it 5? And one of them was
The Hero 7.
the sword
Hero
that I
6,
have.
sorry.
Hero 7. Hero 6, sorry. And one of them that helped imprison him is the guy that's in my sword.
Ah, that's right. That's right. One of the 6. Okay.
Yeah. We just don't know who the other 6 are.
Yes. So this is Endor. So we can assume that Endor was trying to create. You'll become a god, I guess.
That would be an
Speaking,
assumption.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty scary.
Yeah. You'll see a look of panic shoot across Genevieve's face as she'll turn to the rest of the group and say, I think it's best we get out of here, but before we leave we need to turn those lights on again.
Yeah. But before we do Genevieve, is there anything else of value here? And I will take a look at bookshelf for anything else that might be there.
There
And
are,
I'll ask Alan if he can find anything that might be hidden in the floorboards or wherever.
there isn't anything else that you can find that is hidden. The rest of the books are mostly just scrawlings of a madman, for a lack of a better term. And the phrase to step back, take a step through, you can also derive being a way out of this room back to the lower level.
A path back is a step through. Can't quite figure that out. Can anybody else? How would we do that? Or did we come up some ladders?
It was written on the back of this desk.
Well, I mean, it could mean that the path back from where we are could be another route to a new place, I guess. Like, there's nothing saying that on our way back we couldn't find another route through somewhere else. If we come back to where we came from. Because how did we get to this room? I can't remember.
You stepped into a magic circle that basically beamed you up, Johnny.
Oh yeah. So does this table move?
The table does not, but there is enough room behind it to get around.
Ah, okay. So I'll look at Spinel and say I think this is some kind of code for the way out, and I will walk behind, making sure I've got that book on me.
Yep.
I will walk behind the desk and take a step through the wall.
As you step through, you appear in the original level.
Good thinking. I will follow suit. I had to do that under this first. There we go.
I'm assuming Genevieve and Darkmew will follow too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you appear back down in the caves.
Yeah. Got that.
Oh. We're going to search around even more in this place.
Well, there was other rooms, wasn't there, before we came in here?
Yeah, I think there was, yeah.
So you had explored my pin button. You had explored the room that was up here, which is where you found the chamber in which Flout was held. And you've explored the room that was above here. You have explored down into the mausoleum. I don't know that you've seen any other rooms that you haven't explored on your way down here.
Maybe we're done here then. We should head back out through the entrance.
Oh,
Back to Torinor. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was another room somewhere, but no.
There was the ladder thing that I went up.
Yep.
There was nothing up there, so we came out, and then there was the canyon thing that we couldn't get across, and then there was this one. Is that right?
yep.
Yep.
There's another pathway here.
Ooh. Surely I'm
Genevieve will walk up to it and start having a look.
right over. Oh, so have a look.
Sure. I'm assuming Genevieve would like a torch on.
Yes, please.
Before she lights that, I'll touch her shoulder and say Bill Bastille would light your way, and give her my eyes and night share.
Amazing.
Oh, that's a point as well. Before we left the other room, I did want to light all the lights again. Was that
Yeah,
okay?
that's
Did I?
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess both Dark, New, and Spinel can see well, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, okay.
I gave you a nice green hue for the Bastille light spell.
But it's very nice.
And it's 300 feet, by the way.
Oh, is it 300 feet? Okay.
Both of us, yeah.
Mine's only 60. I'll take some of that as well, but
I mean, you can see using each other's light as well, anyway.
right. Can I do an investigation check to just see if there's anything I notice?
Yeah.
Okay.
So on a
the wrong
12.
one. That was the wrong one.
Oh.
Sorry,
Sorry.
that was intimidation.
On a
Never think
12.
anyway.
You would notice the way in which this passage is carved. It's not like the others that have been carved with purpose to create clear, distinct pathways. This almost appears naturally occurring, along with sort of the steam that's slowly rising through the floors.
Interesting. Is everyone up for carrying on through?
Yes.
I mean, really.
I still can't see anything.
Why can't you see anything?
I don't know. The only bit of light that I have is around Spinel.
No shining light.
Is it not green around you?
Nope, it's black.
My assumption is that the... Did you see the map in the first area?
Nope.
Oh, then the map... my guess is the map is loading or trying to load for you. Try closing the map and reopening it.
Are we on dungeon level?
1.
You still find your icon, can't you?
Is it still black?
No, it's just the only light I can see is around Spinel.
And it's not green. Should be appearing like a green hue to you.
I've got that.
Let's try this. Is that better?
Yes.
For some reason the green colouring wasn't working on your thing.
I'll do an investigation as I'm going through.
I don't think an investigation is necessary at this moment in time. You do see that the path splits off. There is one path heading north and one path heading south. Now, you know you came in from the northern passages, so it's a safe bet to think that that's possibly heading towards the way out.
Okay.
So, as you come around the corner, stop trying to walk through the wall, Spinel.
Sorry, I'm pushing buttons.
You would see there is a passage downwards, Genevieve, and down this passage, you see a some loose-looking wooden floorboards, and what you can assume is the cause of the steam. It looks like a highly acidic liquid that is running underneath these caverns. However, on the other side, you do notice there appears to be a chest or barrel of some kind. Are you heading north there, Lunavar?
Oh, no, I was just having a nosy.
Oh, okay.
But no. Whilst they were investigating this side, I was going to have a look. So there's a barrel somewhere, did you say?
Yeah, there's a barrel or a chest down here, where Spinel and Genevieve have just gone.
Oh, okay, cool, thank you. Oh, I see.
These wooden floors do not look the most sturdy.
Well, I see that some of the planks have been wound some, but it looks a bit sturdier by the chest. Would I be able to jump them?
So you would have a standing jump distance of 10 foot. Spinel.
How big are the gaps?
These are 5-foot gaps.
Okay, so I should be able to make it then.
But it's 15 foot to the chest. Is that how we read that?
Yeah, so it's a 5-foot jump across to this platform in the centre, and then a 5-foot jump across to the chest.
Well, I think
If
we
you-
can stand on
If
where
you
they're green. Sorry, Cam.
if you want to jump all the way across, it would be a 15-foot jump.
No, I think
The green liquid, as I say, it would appear to be the source of the steam, as it appears to be a highly acidic liquid of some kind.
Oh yeah, I want to stand on that then.
I mean, you can stand on it if you want. Just might
No.
hurt a lot.
No, I'm good.
Don't forget, you have a cat with you.
We do? Excellent.
If it's one
Well,
thing.
can Genevieve fly?
Good question. Not yet.
Hmm. Okay.
You have a tabaxi, and tabaxi are well-renowned climbers.
Hmm.
Dark, do you want to do some climbing? Strong silent type.
You there, Lorenzo? I'm assuming they might have stepped away for a minute.
There we go.
Oh, there you are.
Sorry.
That's right.
Right. I will. Climb across. So,
Yeah.
and where
So
Jenna.
you can
Uh,
climb up this wall.
Yep.
And climb across and drop yourself down in front of this barreled chest.
Yep.
Is it the mimic?
Right. I'm gonna try and open the barrel. The chest. Sorry.
The chest does not open. This material that the chest is made out of is unusual in many ways. And it would appear that the actual mouth of the chest is somehow sealed.
The mouth of the chest.
Yes.
Right.
The actual
I
close of the chest, the ridge, brim, opening.
I'll shout back to the others saying, guys, this chest is closed. It just won't open. Don't like keeping it closed, but I don't know what.
Can you make me an investigation there, Mew? $17, very nice. So, as you're looking around this chest, behind it, you see what looks to be like a elongated, large scalpel made of a similar material to this chest.
I'll pick it up, look at it again, and then look at the chest. Guys, I got something here that might help.
I'll shout over, is it a key?
It doesn't look like a key, but I could give it a go. So I'll pop it. So then I'll just use this thing that you said, Captain, sorry.
Yep.
On the chest to try and open it.
So as you try and use the scalpel, it fits very nicely in that tiny little sealed gap. It fits quite nicely in there. However, it's not enough by itself to release the chest.
Right, I'll shout back to the guys. Right, it's gone in, but it's not opening still. I'm gonna give it a whack with my foot.
As you kick the scalpel towards the chest, it just kind of pings out slightly and sort of spins towards the very edge of this acid pool and stops just hovering over the edge.
Do we need things that to pry, basically to put into the mouth of the chest to help pry open? Is that? Because
I
I have
just... Go ahead, sorry.
thousands of spines on my back that we could probably wedge into it to try and pry it open with.
Maybe let's search around us. Maybe there's another piece to this puzzle. Maybe underneath the first. Before we do that, could it be underneath the chest, or in a floorboard somewhere? And I'll start. I'll take a look anyway.
Where are you heading?
Is there anywhere that looks kind of obvious?
Not massively.
While they're
check.
looking, you can just hear me swearing in multiple languages because of the things just on the edge.
I'll search here first.
Okay, make me an investigation check. On an 8, can you describe how you're investigating these boards?
I'm taking my sickle, and I am carefully prizing underneath and just and looking around.
So as you start prizing this board up with your sickle, can you make me either a dex or strength saving throw, please? Actually, no, sorry, constitution. Constitution saving throw, please. Sorry. So on a 10, as you prise up this board, the amount of heat that is let off sears the very edge of your knuckle and sort of causes you very quickly to pull back the sickle and drop the floorboard back in place. And as you look at your knuckles, you see the steam coming off of them. Can I get an insight, please?
Insights.
On an 8, your sickle, whilst it will be functional again, needs to cool down to harden back up, as it greatly softened the metal of your sickle.
Oh. But it looks like metal can be melted by this stuff.
Was the mouth of the chest metal?
It is a metal-like material, similar to that of the scalpel that was hovering over the edge of the acid pool.
Mm.
As I see that, I'll grab the metal piece before it falls in, and I shout to the guys, right, I think that's given me an idea.
What's your idea?
I'm thinking of popping a little bit of this into that on like one of the floorboards or near the pool, making it melt a little bit and then sticking it back into the chest again.
We can try that.
I don't know if this will work though.
So the one thing you notice when you pick up this scalpel is that it hasn't absorbed any of the heat from the acid, unlike the sickle did when Lunavar lifted up the floorboards. This material seems very resistant to the acid itself. Not immune to it, but at the very least resistant to it.
We get the chest out of there? Out of the corner at least?
It's quite a heavy chest.
My strength is not very good.
Yeah, Dark Mew, you wouldn't be able to lift it, and you wouldn't be able to drag it either. It's at least 400 pounds, this thing. I will say though, you were on the right track.
Right. I shout back over to the others and say, right, this metal thing, it's resistant to the heat and everything. It's stone cold in my hands, even when it was near the acid. So I think you need to leave it near there for long enough for it to melt a bit. Or if one of you can come over and help me drag this chest nearer to the acid as well for the metal to actually melt off slowly.
Let's try it.
Sounds good.
So,
Okay.
who's going to try and get over there?
What's everyone's athletics like?
Got strength, but what if I went into large form? How would that? Could that help us? Would I be able to step across easier?
If you went into large form, it doesn't actually change. So if you go large, you're like 5 foot steps are still 5 foot steps. You could potentially, like, I would say that be able to stretch across, but the weight of your last, having like played with these wooden planks, they are not the most stable things around.
So I'm quite light and
Well,
quite athletic, so maybe I could try and quickly just scurry across.
Yeah, go for it, buddy. And you'd probably have to kind of fit into that crack where it is, and between you move that thing, maybe.
Yeah. And I can give a little jump at the end if needs be as well, just in case I decide to start giving away.
Well, don't forget you have a standing jump distance of 10 foot as well, so you can actually just jump across if you want to.
I thought you said it was 15 foot.
No, your standing jump distance is 10 foot. It's 15 foot it's 15 foot from where you are to the chest, but you only have to make a 5 foot jump to get to that piece of the platform there.
Oh, so what are the chances I can jump from there to there, and then from there to dark move?
You can.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay, so you jump across. Make me an acrobatics check, please.
Can I
So
give him guidance?
you can.
I'll just roll a d4. I should have done that quicker, Spin-off.
That's all right.
Just roll a d4, buddy.
Nope, sorry. I did cool. Oh.
There's the one next to the D100 at the bottom. If you just click and throw it.
I do.
You're going to need to click and hold it, and then throw it. There you go.
There you go. I had the other ones in my hand. Picked the wrong one.
It's 8. So for a total of 8, as you jump across, you land, and you go to sort of prepare to jump again. As you do, and you make that leap across successfully, the boards you were standing on fall into the acid.
Phew.
And melt away.
I'm getting back, but I'm here. Well, I could always go with the other ones.
I could probably help you across on the way back if you're light enough.
I might be able to scurry to the small boards. I might be able to like go from there and jump back across again. We'll get the chest open first.
Okay, let's try and drag it near the acid then, and let the metal melt then.
Can we try? Can I try? Can I test one of my spines in the acid quickly?
As you pluck one of your spines out and drop it into the acid, it melts almost instantly.
Okay, just wanted to see if they did anything. Did we want to try and put acid on the chest from a distance first? Like, obviously, how big is the scalpel thing?
So the scalpel it's a larger than normal scalpel. It's about 3 foot in length and about 6 inches across.
So it's like a decent size to like scoop.
Yeah.
You want to try to scoop some acid onto the chest instead of trying to drag the chest through the acid.
Okay.
I think that'd be a more sensible idea because trying to drag that chest and it's quite heavy, it'd be awkward, and then you still then try to get acid onto the chest anyway.
So,
You want to pull a rope round it first, and I'll offer my rope over.
your rope disintegrated. If you
Have a
remember,
rope.
Luniver.
Isn't it?
Yeah, when you jumped into the circle because you tied yourself to a pole, you jumped
Oh, yeah.
into the thing, and as you did, it disintegrated the rope.
Oh, well, I should get rid of that then, eh?
Yeah, Dark Mew, try and scoop some acid and kind of put it on the edge of the chest to see if we can get it to like loosen up.
Okay, so I'll with the pole or whatever it is again, sorry.
Scalpel, yeah.
I'll scoop a little bit up
So,
onto it,
as you reach
and then
to dip the scalpel into the acid starts to almost immediately react to the presence of the scalpel itself. As you touch the tip of the scalpel into the acid is drawn to the blade and almost affixes itself to the blade edge itself.
right.
Does that mean it's stuck
I
or it's just got acid on it?
So it's like, the only way I can really describe it is, you know when you fill a cup up to the very top and you see how it domes over? It's kind of done that on the edge of the scalpel. So it's kind of domed over the edge of the scalpel with the blade fully intact. And still, the rest of the blade, the rest of the scalpel is cool and you can still handle it.
Oh, interesting.
I'll come back over to the chest, but
Yep.
first of all show spine, is it?
Spinal, one of the two. Either or.
Spinal, spinal.
Okay, cool.
I'll show you what the asses had done and go, that's very interesting.
It is, yes.
Right.
Give it a apply, see what it does.
Yeah, so I'll pop it back into the chest how I did it.
So
Right.
as you place the scalpel into the crevice of the chest and you run it along, you hear a loud hissing sound and a pop as the lid of the chest slowly arches up. And inside is 500 gold pieces,
Nice.
and a small collection of 3 vials of acid, along with a piece of parchment. This piece of parchment, as you unravel it, appears to be a blueprint for crafting items and armor out of this very, very special material.
Right. I say split the gold between all of us.
Firstly, I'd say, Dark Mew, you take everything and climb back across because you're less likely to lose it currently.
Okay.
And then I'll make my way across as well. Because if it goes tits up and I die, then we won't lose all the stuff.
Just did
Yeah.
something, I die. So yeah, so you have to do a couple of chips just because of how heavy gold is. But you do manage to get it all the way across. And I'll put that in the party sheet. There's 500 gold pieces to be distributed.
What are you going to do?
Also 3 acid vials and 1 blueprint of acid resistant armor. That's all in the party sheet for you guys to take your fair shares.
How do I move stuff
I-
from the party sheet to my inventory?
Click and drag
Am
it.
I okay to take this blueprint at all?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
And are we doing 125 each?
Yep.
Yep. As I come back, I was just about to say I can come back across and try and carry the teammate over. Back over if I can. After dumping all the loot.
That would be greatly appreciated.
How much would you say Spinel weighs?
Not a lot. Hedgehogs don't weigh a lot, really. Let me quickly Google a rough weight.
Let's say 150. Yeah, so that's doable. So Dark Mute, I would say that you kind of put your pack down and all your equipment and stuff down, just so that you can climb back across, grab Spinel, and help Spinel
Yeah.
back across.
I'll put the spinel back down and go, there you go. And then I'll put on my backpack and start sharing out the loot with everyone.
Thank you very much.
With the gold, I believe if you click and hold... Yeah. So if you... Oh, no. That wasn't meant to happen. If you click...
Damn, I'll take 1,000.
No.
Rich.
If you click and drag the gold into your character sheet, it should ask you for an amount.
Oh no, I'll just put 500 in mine. Yeah. Change that. Back to 35.
I'll try this. So you got 333.
And I will go
It
to
doesn't work.
Dark.
Okay. So you just add 125 to whatever you've got in your pack, and we'll clear that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Glad that works.
So by this point, Dark Mew, you would have seen Luna light his pipe, kind of resting against the wall, and he looks at you with a big smile and says, "That was very brave. Well done." And he kind of nods his head in approval.
I'll nod back and go,
Genevieve's going to start heading back out the room and going north of the canyon rather than the south way.
Yep. We.
I know we'll follow.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that for speed. Click and drag.
Meow.
Meow. So, as you guys head to the exit, or where you came in, there is one last path that you have not yet explored, and that is this path heading westward.
Yes.
Yeah, I say go up there.
Are you following them, Luna? Cool. So, as I say, there is a path that kind of heads west and circles down slightly. This is the last area that you have not yet explored of these caves.
I'm going to do an investigation check. It's a new place.
So, Spinel, it would seem to you like this path itself, it's a very, very tight path, and on a 3, it looks to be designed to slow people down.
Not suspicious at all.
Assuming everyone's following.
Yep.
As you come here, there is actually 2 rooms. So the first, you see this what looks almost to be a prison cell. And the second is stacked on top of it, much like the room with the ladder. It is stacked in such a way that they are cells that are sitting directly on top of one another.
Ooh.
Can I go up to it and investigate it closer?
You can.
What's this piece behind me? Is that just a...
That there is a very, very tight passageway. Looks to be partially carved out.
unfinished? So it's a dead end?
It is. If you want to make me a perception check from there, I might be able to give you some more information. As you come up to these gates here, Genevieve, I'm going to have to open one of these doors. These doors are in fact locked, but just so that you can see it. On a dirty 20 at Lunavar, the ground at the very end appears disturbed. It's not flat or natural like the rest of the rock and soil down here. It appears there may be something buried. Inside this cell, Genevieve, is a singular spirit wandering around in silence.
Let's see if I can try and get its attention.
How would you like to do that?
Whistle at it.
Spirit stops and turns. And as it does, you see the face and the shape of a very young person. Very
Can I
young
ask if he's
female
okay?
elf. Sorry,
Can I ask if she's okay?
I don't remember.
How can you not remember?
My memories. They are vague. I feel they have been used and forgotten.
So you don't know how you got here?
I was brought here. Many years ago. Your armor. It is strange to me.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah. Your armor. It is strange to me. Such a funny way to wear it.
How would you know to wear it?
My father wore armor.
Who was your father?
His armor was made of lighter material. Usually pieces of metal that were twined together. But yours, it appears to be almost one, not in separate parts. My father was a good man, I think. I don't know. Trying to remember is painful.
Like insight check her.
Sure. She is very confused. Like, she's convinced about what she's saying is true. However, her mannerisms and the way she is holding herself is almost born of uncertainty. Lunova, what are you doing?
I'm going to tell both Darkmew and Spinel about what I've seen at the end of this corridor. And wonder if they can reach it.
Well, I've got a digging ability, so I can
You got
give it a go.
You got burrow speed, haven't you?
Something like that. Yeah, it's
Oh,
digger.
I'm cautious of it, so I'll tell them to be careful. Now, ready a bow and arrow.
Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. You're digger. You have a burrowing speed of 20 feet, but you can use it to move through only earth and sand, not mud, rock, or ice.
Assuming it's rock.
Yes.
I can kick the rocks. Down these soft hands of mine.
Was it wide enough for us to get down there?
It's difficult terrain, but you can get down there. And it is quite tight. As the gap is only about 2.5 foot wide, you have to kind of step down it sideways.
Any takers? Spin off? Dark mute?
I'll do it.
Go for it.
I'll make sure I point out what I've seen.
Yep.
I say I'm petite, so I should be able to fit
Yeah,
a bit better than everyone else.
you can kind of fit in there. You kind of shuffle along, your spines rubbing against the rocks.
Yeah. And then if I explode, my body will block it.
As you get to the end, it's much like I described to Lunavar. The earth kind of has a gradual slope, but at the end, it doesn't match the rest of the path as it kind of lumps over, almost like something is buried there.
Since I don't want to do it with my hands, I'm going to start trying to dig with my short sword.
Sure.
Because I'd rather be weaponed.
So as you draw your sword and you start digging through this dirt, we'll flick back very quickly to Genevieve.
Yes.
So as I say, this girl seems very confused. She has very, very little recollection of what's actually happened to her. The only thing that she has said to give you any insight to who this person is how confused she is by the way that in which you wear your armor, and people have been wearing armor the way you are for centuries, implying that she is from a time when armor was not the norm.
Okay. Can I see how flimsy the lock on the door is?
The lock on the door, you can make me an investigation check.
Okay. I'm going to tell her I will be back in just a moment. Did you say there was 2 doors?
Yeah, so there's these ones at the lower level. And then on the upper level there is another room almost identical to this one.
But there's only one ghost in the bottom level doors.
Yes.
Okay. Can I go check the upper level to see if there's anything upstairs?
So there's no stairs. These rooms are just stacked on top of one another.
Okay. Can I see if there's anyone?
I mean, there is a ladder all the way back. All the way back to where you came from, if you want to go all the way back and grab it.
I see what she's trying to do.
Sorry, Johnny?
Because do I see what she's trying to do and to
I'd
look
say,
up there?
Yeah, I'd say so.
In which case I'll go over and kneel down and tell her to get on my shoulders. Is that high enough?
Yeah. That'll be high enough. In the second room, you would see, let me get the map up so I can give you an accurate description. Oh. So, there it is. So in the upper room, You can see there is what looks to be a rock or a boulder that has fallen from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
There is spiderwebs and cobwebs all over the room. A half-made bed that looks to be in pretty okay condition. And at the very back, a singular large bone.
A bone.
A bone.
Can I tell what the bone would have been from, just from here?
Maybe a nature check. On a 15, the bone looks human. It looks like a part of a human leg bone or a humanoid leg bone, possibly pertaining to a larger race, such as that of the Goliaths or giants. But it looks to be a femur of some sort.
Okay. I'm going to go back down to the room with the ghost in it.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask her, has she been on her own this entire time, or has she had company at all?
Others were here. They came and went. But none of us knew why we were brought here.
Do you know who they were or their names? Do you know your own name?
I do not. Like I say, trying to remember is painful.
Would the key be easy to pickpocket or not?
Did you make me an investigation check on it? You did. And I missed it.
Yes.
So there's a 12. So on a 12, the lock seems fairly old, fairly rusted. Picking it might not even be necessary. It can probably be broken by brute force.
Can I hit it?
Yeah, make me an attack roll. On an 18, yeah, easy. You kick in the lock as you hear it snap under the rust as it opens up to you.
Going to open the door and enter the room with the ghost with my arms up.
That's a funny gesture. Are you dancing?
I don't like seeing people that don't deserve it locked up for no reason.
Maybe I did deserve this. I don't remember.
How would you know?
I don't. But neither do you. I'm confused. And she looks to the open doorway. And she stops. Spinel, by this time you have finished digging down into this hole with your sword. As you do, 2 items are found. The first is a set of 2 keys. They look rather rusted and old. The other appears to be some kind of golden orb. An almost burnt orange.
Oh.
And in it looks to be what can only be described as a burning eye.
Sauron.
Not quite.
Well, I will take the keys and the orb burning eye, and I will give the orb to Lunavar to see if he can suss out what it is.
Hmm. And I'll say this is a strange place. All these artifacts, and maybe the ghost will know.
Did you say there's 2 cells?
Yes. The second
Can
cell
I
is
try-
directly above the first.
Can I... Should we try the keys? The other key on the other cell? So there's 2 keys as well.
You can do if you can get up there.
Dark View, could you climb up there and try it?
I'll just do it. Me. So I'll just get the keys and start heading up.
Okay. So
What do I need to roll for this orb? Sorry, while she's doing that.
You can make me either an Arcana check, a Religion check, or an Investigation check. What you roll will depend on the information you garner. On a 14 Religion check, by now it is safe to assume that this was one of the lairs of Endor. All of the artifacts, everything you've discovered belonged to Endor. This particular object, it's not... How can I describe this? It's not familiar in the sense that it represents any religious symbols itself. However, there is an air that Osmir is in some way connected to this artifact, the god of undeath.
I guess, is Osmia an enemy of mine?
Osmir, so the gods themselves, in the sense of good and evil, generally speaking, the gods don't tend to cross each other. They don't tend to meddle in each other's domains. In terms of the perception of Osmir that you would have being from Sanctuary, it is very likely that you would deem him an evil god in the sense that his domain sees over everything that happened in Sanctuary.
Yeah, I definitely don't like Osmir, I don't think.
Okay. So, as you climb up and unlock this door, Darkmew, somehow I've placed you directly in the door. For God's sakes. replace you in a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There we go. So as you climb up Dark Mew and you unlock this door, again, there are cobwebs throughout this room. There's a couple of lit lamps or torches, a giant rock, and a large femur in the back. Can I get a perception check, please?
It's persuasion, was it?
Yeah, roll perception. That was persuasion.
Oh, I rolled the wrong one.
That's right,
Sorry.
no worries. There you go, dirty 20. On a dirty 20, hiding in the darkest corner of the room, up on the ceiling, you see a large spider that it currently, at this moment in time, hasn't noticed you. But it is certainly alert to something going on.
Right, I see it and go, ugh. Lovely. I'm gonna try and have a look in this room, but slowly and surely just not disturb the spider.
Can you make me a stealth check, please? Okay.
Was that right?
I said okay. I didn't say you were successful
Awesome.
or you failed, I just said okay.
Ooh.
It was nice knowing you.
Meanwhile, downstairs, Genevieve, what are you doing? Genevieve? You there, Meg? Okay.
Hello.
Hello. I was asking what.
Sorry, my thing keeps cutting in and out. I do apologise.
That's all right. What's Genevieve doing?
What are the others doing? Sorry.
So Dark Mew has climbed up to the other room, has spotted a giant spider, and is currently trying to stealthily investigate the room. Lunavar is investigating this object that was discovered by Spinel, this burnt orange orb with what appears to be a kind of fiery eye in the center of it. I believe Spinel is probably helping him. And
I'm gonna investigate the room with the ghost in
sure,
very gently.
sure. Make me an investigation check. As you come to the back of the room, you see, much like was in that small passageway, something buried beneath the floor.
I'm not going to say anything to anyone just yet, and I'm going to slowly start to dig it up. Gently.
As you dig, you come across the remains of what would appear to be a young elf.
Is the ghost still in the room with me?
They are. They refuse to leave, they're just pottering backwards and forwards in a square.
They haven't seen what's in my hand, have they?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to very gently call out to Lunavar.
He will slip the orb in his pouch for now and walk over.
Okay.
Lunavar, do you reckon you could give me a hand with something?
Of course.
When he approaches, she will very softly say to Lunavar, I believe these to be the bones of the ghost behind us. I want to give her proper burial, as it seems they did not get one in the first place.
Dark Mew, can you make me an investigation check, please?
Sure. My thing wants to. There we go.
On a 16, you very quietly move over to the bed and start sort of looking underneath it. You find a very delicate but damaged journal. The pages are very, very old. The book itself is very, very old. And it looks to be that where it's been sat here for some time, it's almost completely degraded. It's not to say with care and attention it couldn't be read or looked at, but it would need very careful and precision reading and handling.
Right, I'm gonna pop it into my bag very slowly and carefully. And I'm looking up at the spider at the same time as I do this, just very, very slowly and shaking a little bit, trying to pop it into my bag. And then once it's in my bag, I do a little exhale, like, and then try and look anywhere else around the room.
There isn't much else in the room other than that femur at the very, very back.
Then I'm going to try and exit the room. like back out very slowly.
Mm-hmm. So, as you go to back out of the room, you see the spider immediately react as it points its thorax in your direction and immediately shoots a web in your direction. Running is an option. Unless you wish to try and strike at it.
As I I'm just thinking now. I'm just gonna get out as fast as I can.
Sure. With plenty of movement speed to get out, jump down, and lock the doors behind you, I assume.
Yes.
As the spider comes chasing after you, and you just see this pair of legs slam against the gates. The rest of you kind of hear Dark Mew scrambling to get down, and you hear as the spider legs come through the cage at the top.
Genevieve will come running out of that room to see what's going on.
As you come running out, you would see two.
Can she take a swipe at it with her sword? Or is it too tall?
I mean, you can. You can try and take a swipe at it.
Like just at one of the legs.
Yeah. That will hit.
So I need to roll damage.
Yes. Yep. You take off one of its legs. As you hear
Ow.
as you hear an ungodly screech from this creature as it backs away.
She will go over to Dark Mew and say, are you okay? Are you alright? Did it hurt you?
All you hear is me go, me, 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 no, no, me, it was freaking big. Get the life out of me, me.
Are you sort of crouched down? Are you stood up? What are you currently doing at the moment?
I'll be like, crouched down, just mewing.
Genevieve will slowly and gently place her hand on your back and sort of start to like rub your back to help you calm down a little bit.
Meow. Thank you.
The ghost, seeing all this, not paying too much attention to Lunavar at the moment. I see you met Santrinos. That is the master's pet. He fed many of us to her. Said it was a necessary evil, and that it was for the betterment of everyone.
Did you get fed to her?
No. No, I died quite peacefully here, laying in that corner over there. One day the master just stopped coming.
Do you know the master's name?
His name was Something kind and warm. Yes.
Was it Edgar?
His name was Hemming. At least that's what he told us his name was.
Can you describe what he looked like?
Yes. He was a man. Much like you. He always adorned the image of a third eye on his forehead. I told him it was part of the secret of his power. Where did all my friends go? There was hundreds of us come in and leave. He said one day I would be able to leave, but I was too special to be let free so early on. Lunavar, what are you doing right now?
Kind of listening curiously to this tale. Do I recognise anything about somebody with, did you say, a third eye on the forehead or something?
The description doesn't ring any bells, but can you make me a perception check just where Genevieve had obviously uncovered a lot of that? The remains are still barely visible, but you get the sense there might be more to this tale. You can choose to either listen in or dig a bit deeper, or do both.
I'll listen and dig.
Do you know where my friends are? Did you see them on the way in?
Is she talking to Genevieve?
Yeah.
What did your friends look like?
Many similar to me. Some not quite so similar. At one point, 40 of us shared this cell, and 40 in the top, and then they would cycle round. Never more than a couple of days at a time. But I was always stuck here.
Why do you think you were left here on your own? Or you were left here by yourself?
I do not know. My father, he was... Perhaps it was because of his station. Perhaps it was because he was a true warrior, that the master felt necessary to keep me here rather than take me away.
And I'll speak up to Genevieve and say, could it be the souls that he needed for Volume 2? I'll just say it like that. And he looks kind of worried and disgusted.
You say there was 40 of you at a time
That's correct.
in each cell, and was it just these 3 cells that there were, or were there more?
there was just these 2 cells, but like I said, many times we would come and we would go, and never more than a few days between them.
Yes,
I'll look to Genevieve and say that still could be hundreds of people over a course of a month.
She will nod, Lunabar.
And I'll dig more urgently. Can I find any more bones or...
As you start to dig further down, you find the girl's goods. You find a small pack of items. Again, most of them are old and worn away from age. More notably, you see a broken spear of very, very fine craftsmanship. You find a small bow. And you find...
I'll lay this out on this bench, by the way, or this bed, so she can see him.
You see a book. And the book, much like the book that was found in that top room, appears to be a journal of some kind. Her name? s.7.
Does that name ring a bell at all?
Make me a history check, both of you. Genevieve, the one thing that Niskar reveres most of all are heroes. People that stand and fight when no others will. The name Septum appears a few times in her writings. And eventually the name changes, and rather than referring to them as their real name, which is Heringrad Septum, the name changes... Hold on, I had it here, and I had it memorised, and now it's gone. I love ADHD, don't you?
Don't worry about it.
And the name changes to Hagen. Heigan. It would appear you're in the presence of one of the Hero's 6. Or rather, the child of one of the Hero's 6.
I will not. Would I know whose child of the Hero 6?
Yes, Hagen's.
Yeah, sorry.
The ghost
Is your-
is the daughter of Hagen. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, Genevieve.
She will ask, are you the daughter of the hero Hagen?
Heringrad Septum. Yes. Things are becoming much clearer to me. My memories. My friends. The screams.
Did the captor ever speak of any ritual to you at all?
No. But he
Did he
tell
say
me-
why you were all down here?
He told me that I was his favorite lure. That I would bring those seeking to become saviors and see to their downfalls. You start to hear from the great sword flout.
Can I listen in to the sword?
You draw the sword, and as you do, it glows. The orb in your pack, Lunavar, has become weightless. My dear Caesarian, your father sent me to save you, knowing it would be too dangerous for him. I am sorry that I failed you. I was meant to be the one to set you all free, and I failed. I ran instead of fighting on this occasion, because by myself I was not enough. Your father would have been so proud of your resilience and endurance. Please, accept my apologies. You see the little girl, her solemn eyes and evening her spirit, as her head droops slowly down, and ghostly tears run down her rounded cheeks.
I'll walk to her and trying to comfort her. I'll say, "You're not alone. I'll walk with you to the edge of dawn." And I'll say, "Come with me," and lead her to this shallow grave.
She kind of reaches her hand to touch yours, as if taking the hand of a dear friend or a beloved uncle.
And as I start to cast, and he kind of just does this automatically, like it's the right thing to do, whether it is or not. Starts to cast Bless the Dead. And he says, "Sleep, the next sunrise will be gentler for you."
As you're casting the spell, she feels the weight lifting. The eternal weight that she had to be freed. The struggle and the sorrow and the pain that she is now feeling as her memories return. Ease. She looks on you one last time, Lunavar. Perhaps you will be the heroes now. May you walk the path that my father started, and your fortune be better. And she steps into the grave, lays down in the same position of her bones, and her spirit fades to the great river of Bastille.
Genevieve will ask the sword, or sorry, say to the sword, "What were they here for? Does it have anything to do with the books we found in that cave? In that room?
I told you this was a dangerous place. I told you I didn't want to be here.
Was she a sacrifice?
No. She was never a sacrifice. She was the bait that drew me in.
Were you a sacrifice?
No. I was merely a plaything for that madness. But I did fail her. The friends of which she speaks were sacrifices. We were sent.
So the friends that came to get her were lured in because she was here and the daughter of a hero, and then they were sacrificed as per the ritual. Is it along those lines?
Yes. The others that he brought in were ruled for sacrifice, but she was a special case. He positioned it as if she would be sacrificed, and, well, we had to hurry. There was no waiting for this. We were stupid. I fumbled, and Flout failed them all. When I managed my escape, I had to leave them behind or risk capture again. And I knew that if I got captured once more, then that would have been the end of any hope we had. Hagen will be pleased to know his daughter is at rest. But he will not be pleased to know that she waited so long because of me.
I'm glad that we could finally put her to rest. She deserves it.
More than you will ever know. You feel the orb you picked up suddenly drop down like a weight in your pack. Lunaball.
I'll take the orb out for everybody to see, including Flout.
As you take this orb out, the orb itself has turned dark. It has gone from that glowing burnt orange into an almost black onyx. It would appear that that orb contained the memories, the real memories of the girl. And that Endor was using it to manipulate this girl's memories and beliefs into who she thought she was, from who she was to someone that he could control.
Mm.
Another item to control things, it seems. Does it look dangerous in any way?
No, it's completely burnt out now. So when you entered that room, what you didn't see or didn't realise is that the entire time you was in there, her memories were being restored, which is why she was becoming more and more open and fluent in her language and what had happened to her and her history and her story.
Okay. So I'm going to pull it on the floor and then I'll just try and break it a bit further with my staff.
As you just touch it with your staff, the whole thing shatters like sand.
Awesome. And the kit behind them? Behind the kit that we pulled out, is that gone or has it stayed?
The kit that you put on the desk is still there. It's just a simple children's practice bow, a broken spear, and a small diary.
I'll hand the diary to Spinel
Sure.
and lay the other stuff above her grave.
Sure.
Endor was busy. He was a busy dude.
That is in the party sheet.
As he's doing that, as I've calmed down a lot more, I'll just do a bit of a I got something in my bag that I found from the other room, and I bring it out very carefully and go, and I present it to everyone going, I don't know if someone can restore this and then read it. It is, I can't open it, I can't read it. It is very fragile.
That is in the party sheet as delicate diary.
Yeah, this delicate diary. I don't know if someone can read it or revive it. I didn't dare open it.
Who is the most gentle out of us all? I
Maybe
have
open it
no
for us,
idea.
Mark. You open it for me, and I'll see if we can read it.
Okay, so I'll open up the first page very slowly
Can you make
and carefully.
Can you make me a sleight of hand check, please?
Me.
Yes. So as you go to open the diary and open the first page just crumbles away.
I'll give her. Can I give her guidance on this one?
Yeah.
So I'll touch her head. And let's try again.
Another sleight of hand.
So
Please.
sleight of
15. You manage to turn over to the second page, learning from just how gentle you have to be with this. This would appear to have been a Goliath from the Reigrad Mountains, known as Clendor, the Browbeater. In the first page, he talks about a young black dragon that seems to possess a dangerous form of necromancy.
yeah.
Mm.
That seems similar to what happened here, in a way, like sacrifices.
So, necromancy normally involves raising the dead, not sacrificing the living.
Ah,
This would appear to be, from just that first page, this would appear to be a lifetime's worth of journals, or of a journal. Starting from his, young adulthood in the mountains as a tribesman. But again, it's ancient.
Have I ever heard of Clendor, being a Goliath myself?
It would have definitely crossed your path. So, if you want to make me a history check, you know information, I just want to see what the depth of the information is that you know. So if you make me a history check. Okay. Nice and middling. So, Clendor
Yes.
belonged to one of the noble clans. Back when Eulalia was first being settled and people were first, starting to arrive here, there were 2 or 3 different tribes in Sanctuary. One of the tribes was completely native to the land, and the others were migrants. They'd migrated over here from the south with the rest of the humanoids. They were known as the Noble Clan because people respected the fact they understood the lay of this land and understood that they knew the way things worked here. Clendor was amongst them. And the history that is told is that when the dragons very, very first arrived, many of them were still young. They were exploring the world as a whole. And this young black dragon wanted nothing more than to help people. Clendor saw him as ambitious and driven, but dangerous. And it was Clendor who first started to convince the clans that they should try and dispatch of this dragon, before he grew to full potential, especially when his necromancy started to take form. The question that often arises from this fable, this story, is if we always fear what we do not understand, and we react in haste, at what point do we draw the line? Where is that moment, that critical turning point that can change the course of history?
So when did he decide to kill him? Because maybe it's the right thing not to.
Perhaps. But the argument to it is, if evil is inherent, and he would have always travelled down this path of domination and tyranny, then was there really any stopping it? Or did they just fast track his nature?
So yeah, so Lunavar would definitely be interested in reading the rest of this tale and this journal, because it seems to be of a noble from the Goliath clans, which is what he's from. But how does he read it without disintegrating it all?
You need to find a specialist. Or be very, very, very careful when you're turning the pages.
Great idea. I'll ask Darknew if she can look after it, keep it safe.
I'll go. Me. Me.
We take that as a yes.
No. Yeah. That would be my yes. And I'll try and close it slowly and carefully.
Yep. Yeah. You managed to sort of close it very, very carefully. I think at this moment as well, you'd have the foresight to perhaps wrap it in a piece of cloth to make sure that it is well protected from the elements.
Yes. So I'll do that and pop it into my bag.
As you guys finish the final area of down here, you step back out into the plains, into the wilds, on your passage to Toranor. The sun looks like it's beginning to set as time has passed on in your time down here. Awaiting the next dawn. And if, upon this opportunity of rest, you should wish to... Well, I don't think any of you have really taken much damage.
No, but I could do with getting rid of some exhaustion.
Yeah, I was just about to say. if you guys would like a long rest, this is an opportune moment to set up camp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
As you begin setting up camp, and you sort of build the fire, you pitch up your tents, and the air has a nice chill to it. As you hear the sound of a wagon grinding against the stone and dirt, heading through the fields, avoiding the roads. An individual bearing a sort of fedora and a nice suede suit, somebody of money, no doubt, appears to be passing by fairly closely. Stopping maybe 50 feet away from the camp, he disembarks and takes a couple of steps forward, but not so close that you deem him a threat. Upon the setting sun, the glisten of a deep red in his skin and yellow cat's eyes catch your view.
I notice this person and I shout to them, friend or foe.
I've not heard that phrase in a very long time. Friend or foe depends on who you yourselves are allied with. Now I could say I mean you no harm and be lying through my back teeth. I could admit that I am here to arrest you on behalf of whatever crime it is you are all hiding
Get the
from.
moisture out as well, and get the mold out.
But again, I could just be trying to protect myself from potential threats.
Yeah, because you've got to make sure the brakes don't see as well, because the amount of moisture that they're very rough and brake this.
The way I see it, as he
Yeah,
takes
make
a
it
couple of
warm up,
steps
though.
forward.
I like how I do it with my car.
Friend or
Ben, can you mute yourself?
friend or
I
foe
really need to
depends on exactly how you perceive the devil.
The devil.
A devil.
Which devil?
Oh my, there are many of us. I doubt you would have heard my name. My name does not often get spoken aloud. Nor am I interested in signing petty contracts with mortals. No, the mortal life is one of fascination and great interest. As he steps forward, he kind of puts his hands inside his trouser pockets, pushing back his cape, giving a very obvious hint to the blunderbuss on his holster and a large whip. You see, it would have only been too easy. Alas, I am not here to make enemies. I am not here to make friends. I am just here to do some very good business.
What
Oh,
type of business?
Welcome, my friends, to Alabaster's infernal vault as he pulls down on a rope next to his cart as the cart turns over into a storefront. And that, my friends, is where we shall finish for this evening. So thank you guys, gals, non-binary pals for tuning in if you have been watching live. If you are watching on the VOD, we love you all the same. Until next time, may all your 20s be natural. And as ever, we will see you in the next one.